silence. It's just me in the room. There's nobody around. So it's easy to just pick up the camera, press record, and just speak my mind. Try telling that to the version of myself years ago who would be in a similar space, yet all he could hear was that anxiety overtook me so much so to the point where I would only go to the gym at 12 in the morning because nobody was there. And then I sat down for a second and it's like, how is that there's nobody around you and yet you hear voices as if you have some type of superpower where you're able to hear the thoughts of everybody that's in the area, but it's just you in this space. And that's when I said, yo, it's time to make a change. And then I actually acknowledged that, yo, this is an issue. I don't want to live my life like this. When I said, yo, you gotta actually put yourself in environments to overcome this. Yeah, you're picking up the camera and recording now, but it's just you. You're not even speaking, you're just recording you doing your workouts. If you really want to change, you gotta take action. So, alright, cool. Let me go get a gym membership. At a public gym, when you get this new gym membership, don't repeat the same thing in a different environment. Don't go to the gym at 12 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when barely anybody is there. There may be 1 or 2 people there. If you really want to change, what environment that I can put myself in that would force me to change? Start going to the gym at 5 in the morning. That hour when people come in the morning before they go to work, start going to the gym at 5 p.m. as soon as people are getting off of work. And what I want you to do every single day that you go to the gym, press record. When I first walked into the gym, and it could have been 50 people, 100 people in that gym, it was just a normal day. I just felt like I was in a normal environment. As soon as I would pick up that camera and set it up, as soon as I pressed that red record button, it's like a domain expansion activated. And all of a sudden, it was just this dark room with this light shining on me and everybody in the gym was looking at me. And then as soon as I would press that red button to get it to stop, it's like the domain expansion got broken. And nobody's looking at me, everybody's going about their normal day. I said, yo, if I want to overcome this, this is going to help me overcome this. And I kept on doing that every single day. And there wasn't a single day that went by where I didn't press record. And every day, every time I pressed record, that domain expansion would activate. And what I started to observe within that domain expansion, every time that it activated, it was less and less people every time. The voices were getting quieter. I started to realize something. Every last one of those domain expansions, all those voices was just in my mind. Not a single person came up to me and said, what you're doing is stupid. You look like a fool for recording. Those exact thoughts that was playing in my mind, not a single person repeated that to me. And then it got to the point where pulling out the camera and recording was easy. I would still have the voices, they were quiet. But I just naturally picked up the camera and started recording. Then it fast forward some more. I gotta take this to the next level. Then it became speaking on camera. I said, all right, cool. I already overcame this once. I'm gonna just do the same exact thing. Okay, every day, pick up, press record. Now you speak, make a speaking video. And I remember it got to the point where I had to delete all those videos. I had 1,000+ videos in my phone of me just being in the car speaking, or just me being in random environments. And when I pressed record, all I was simply doing was just speaking about the things that was on my mind at that time, whatever, things that God revealed to me, things that I was going through. And then it came to the point where that became automatic of just pressing record and speaking. And then I said, okay, what's the point of recording and having all of this if I'm not going to do anything with it? Now it's posting that stuff. I'm back in this domain expansion. These voices are so loud. I was, all right, cool. We in this environment again. I know what this feels like. I've been here before. Press post. And I said, okay, cool. Now I got to post every single day. Every single day. Let's post, let's post, let's post, let's post. Every single day. And it got to the point where posting became natural. Then, next level. Okay, I'm posting and everything. But I want to take it to the next level. I want to actually be able to story tell. I want to get the angles. I want to be able to get the environments. I'm tired of just recording in the gyms and recording in the cars. I want to be able to tell a story. All right. We know what's going to happen. I already know it. Let me go try recording in this domain expansion. Cool. Now, every single day you record, do a different environment. And do you speaking in that environment, and do every single time, even if you go to the same place, even if you go to the gym, the park, wherever you go, if you go to that same environment, you have to get different angles every single time. See how long you can go in that environment getting a different angle. No one angle should be the same. How long can you do that? How many different angles can you get? Keep on doing that, and don't just do it in environments where it's just you and it's quiet. Try different environments. Do it at the parks. Do it at the gas stations. Or just get the close angles. Get those wide angles. Parking lots. Don't just do it at nighttime. Do the daytime as well too. And now you went from somebody who was even afraid to pick up the camera. Now you genuinely love picking up the camera and telling a story. And that's where I'm at now. Every stage that I took was the same 5-step system flow that I used to make this video, that I used to get to this point, that I used to help others. Let me show you guys. This was the comment. This one comment brought the vision to life. It's very simple. Gain clarity on the situation and identify what are the actions that needs to be taken in order to get better at this. And once you have that clarity, practice that specific thing. You keep on doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Critique yourself along the way. The more that you're going to be doing it, critique yourself. That's the biggest thing that I've learned in my refinement stages with that thing of all of these voices that are playing in my head. I've recorded hundreds and hundreds and thousands of videos, and not one time did somebody actually ever come up, even now to this day, after recording thousands of videos. There's not been a single time where someone has come up to me personally and said, "What are you doing? You look so stupid recording this. You're never going to get any views, any likes. You're just wasting your time. You look like a fool." Not a single time has a person came up to me and said that. I was able to only learn that through practice and repetition. And that's where that refinement stage came in. And then it became to the point where it becomes automatic. And what you do is you go back to stage 1. What is the next thing that you need to improve on? Because there's always levels to it. I even wrote this down when I was doing my clarity stage 1. I said, I'm not going to just sit here and just do a talking cam the entire time and just say, this is how to overcome social anxiety. The reason why, because if I were to do that and go give this video to that seer, that version of me back then, it wouldn't have resonated. It wouldn't have hit. Because those voices were so loud. It's, I'm not even hearing what you're saying. I knew that I had to actually show it, because that person that I'm speaking to right now, words aren't enough. You already know that. Don't care about what others think. Who cares? Like, you already know that. That's why I said I have to make this in a way that resonates with that person. Just do the thing. Just practice the thing. You just need action and repetition and critique yourself along the way. And whatever system that is that you're trying to break or build, it'll become automatic.